My name is Jim Eaton. Been here all my life. William Eaton. Got a piece of property here for fighting in the Revolutionary War, and they've been ever since. But we can trace back, and at least until him. The Eatons came from Salisbury, England, and showed up here, early 1700s. And we've just never gone. I mean, we've never thought about leaving. I have 2 daughters, and their husbands fish, and my uncles fished, and my father fished, and my grandfather fished, and this is what we do. Period. I mean, 100 years ago, it was fin fish. It was cod and haddock and these kind of things. This is all that I've ever done is being in the lobster business. We have tried dabbling in other things, but no, why would I want to go somewhere else and do something else? And I have no idea what my grandchildren will do, but I kind of suspect they'll be right here. I can't wait for someone to say, go do this, go do this, go do this. It isn't what we do. We're too independent for that. If you make $50,000 a year, is that enough? Why do you want to go to the city and make $300,000? But learn to take care of your money, be reasonable with your neighbors, be a good, productive citizen. This is a good place to do that. I've had conflict with other fishermen that have wanted to come in over the years. And my son-in-law is from Texas. He comes here, and he was accepted in the fishing community because he married my daughter. If he came here by himself, he wouldn't stand a show staying here. There are only so many carrots out there to pick. And to make a living at it, we restrict it ourselves. It may be cruel, it may be wrong. If there were 50,000 people out here, where there's only room for 100, you wouldn't have anything. You just wouldn't have anything. If someone come in and said, I want to put a camper on my back lawn, well, no, you can't go on my lawn. You go on somebody else's lawn. You can go to the state park, but you can't go on my lawn. Why not? You can't have 25 people on your back lawn living. It'd be the same thing here. Stonington is kind of a tough little town. They'll stay as long as any of them, but eventually it'll evolve.
It's nice, isn't it?
Wilson Boone. I'm originally from Massachusetts, but I'm now a full-time resident here on Vinyl Haven. I'm a sternman. My captain drives the boat. I mean, I do most of the physical side of the job. He does the skill side and decides where the lobsters are, which is the most important part. And he's allowed to fish here. I'm never allowed to own a boat here. Lobsters are technically immortal because they can regenerate. So lobsters can live until they're either killed by something or killed by humans or can no longer compete for their food source. We have created the union basically because things are only going one direction for us, and they're not getting any better, and the price has consistently gone down. My first season as a lobsterman, we were getting $4.25 a pound this time of year for shedders. Right now we're getting $1.85. I mean, it's basic business. If I was running a lumber yard and people brought me a bunch of wood and I paid them one price, and then they bought me a bunch more wood and I paid them less, and they continued bringing it, I would continue paying them less. And until we're processing our own lobsters and marketing them ourselves, it'll continue to be that way. We've just kind of tried to create a community and a group voice that says what we want it to. It's a process, it's still fledgling and getting started, but it's important. And nobody else is really trying to help us. If we don't do it ourselves, then it's not going to happen.
Bobby Warren from Vinyl Haven. I've been here most of my life, so I figure I'm from Vinyl Haven. I was born by harbor. And when I graduated from high school, I moved down, and next year I bought a house, and next year I got married. I got married in 1963. I've been married 50 years. But that doesn't have anything to do with fishing, does it?
Oh, that's nice. That's great.
I have a captain's license, and I take you for a ride around the island, haul traps, whatever. The way it is now with the system, you have to join a lottery, and if you're lucky enough, you might get a license. Over the years, I've put a lot of money into my lobster license, so I figure it's only fair that I should have some say to what happens to it. I just turn it over to the state, and they just give it to anybody. I mean, that's not just right. If I want to give it to my grandson or sons or granddaughter or whatever, or if I wanted to sell it to somebody, I should be able to, I figure. It's hard on an island like this because years ago, you used to be able to do different seasons, do different things. Oh my God, how has it changed? Radically, really.
I'm Ted Hoskins. I graduated from high school, and in another day, 2 days, I'll be 80 years old. My dad was a minister, and so he warned me carefully about not going into ministry, and so, of course, I went into ministry. I've enjoyed it. It's been great. I really enjoy it. Don't ever let anybody get away with saying that overfishing was the only and the major thing. The pollution, all these things that have been part of, and getting rid of the fish stocks. I mean, the reason a fish goes somewhere is the same reason people go somewhere. Sex and food. In other words, you're either going to have a family or you're going to earn a living so that you can feed yourself. The fish are exactly the same as all of us. They're looking for a way to make it. You got to have a question so that the answer makes sense. And I think I would start with finding people whose lives depend on the ocean and helping them to look as honestly as they can as to what's happening to their resource. And then helping them talk more about those questions. And if they can understand the question that they're asking, then say, okay, where do we go to begin to find an answer to your question? And that's where you invite others, maybe other fishermen, maybe scientists, but you begin to put down an answer to a question that I have. Because if I don't have the question, I really don't care about the answer. We can't joke about all this stuff forever. And so it's important for us to put ourselves into it and our children and our children's children. What kind of a world we hope for? What does it take to make that world a possibility?
It's just an all that the kind of simple man's I can stand up on the beautiful. It's just an all to the kind of stickle brick, tickle brick, love at the beautiful. It's just an all to the kind of hustle over hardness who show a good job the beautiful. It's just an all to the kind of now.
1, 2, 3.